Hey there, podcast listeners! Dr. Sheep here. Welcome back to the podcast, episode 14. There's a Nerf dart on the ground over there. I'm joined by my co-host, Kyle.
Hi.
So, as these podcasts are all broken down into three parts, first we have some news, then we have the comments, and I apologize for last week. We were not focused. Will is a horrible host to be with.
Once two, now there's three.
Yeah, Will 3 has been fired as well. They're all fired.
So we're on Will 4?
I think so.
Okay.
They're all fired. They're doing that again. We missed comments. There's tons of new comments. There's a lot to get through. And then after we get through the comments, we'll go through how our weeks have been, because I'm doing lots of interesting stuff. And then finally, we have some more news. Today's news. And it is why I've noticed ever since I put out the Subs for Trees trailer that our sub count has stopped. Actually, it went down and then went back up.
People don't like it when you're taking care of the earth.
Apparently, but I found this article on ScienceNews.org saying planting trees could buy more time to fight climate change than thought. Earth has 0.9 billion hectares of land, and it could trap about 2/3 the amount of carbon dioxide released by human activities since the start of the Industrial Revolution, a new study finds.
How many miles is, or square feet is,
Acres?
of hectares?
Hectares.
Because that'll be something interesting they would need to know. It's like, what's that yours true, Raj?
Acres. 1 hectare is 2.47 acres, so 900 million.
Is that what it was, or was it 0.9 million?
There was 0.9 billion.
Okay.
So it's 900 million. That is...
Can you put that in square feet?
Oh, okay. I will do square feet after I figure out how many acres it is.
20.
No, it's 2
2
billion 222 million. No, what? No, it's 2 million. I do not. Wait, hold on. Do I have enough? Oh, I only put 900,000 in.
You should put the standby sign on this part.
Yeah, technical difficulties. I can't, do place values, apparently. Good heavens, I can't. Okay, yep. Yep, it's 2,223,948,433.2 acres. And that in square feet, oh. It's a little too big, Kyle. 9.6875 times 10 to the 13th square feet. What's that? What's this? This is square miles. Oh my gosh, 3.474 million square miles. That's crazy.
This is all over the world.
This is all over the world. So we need to plant these trees in these locations by, like, I think they said 2020 by 2050.
Is this for habitable zones or what's left?
So what it's based off of is, so there's farmland that we can't touch, and then there's houses and grasslands that we can't touch either. The rest, and then the rest, they've figured out what can be suitable for trees. As they've said, we can plant this many trees. Hi, kitty. Oh gosh, we have cats in the podcast again.
This is my cat.
Yes. At least yours don't try and get into the bathroom while people are in it.
No, because our studio doesn't have a bathroom yet.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tree cover percentage. Oh my gosh, look at that. Up in the Amazon right there. Look how blue that is. But look how... That should be trees. That was the Amazon rainforest.
Remember, there is a mountain range over there.
Well, yeah, that's the mountain range right there. That's the Gobi Desert? No.
No, Gobi is
in
somewhere in Asia.
Yeah.
It's the
Atacama. isn't it?
Yeah, but I think there's one in Argentina.
It's the driest desert in the world.
It's a Kalahari?
Everybody mute your Google Homes. Hey Google, what's the driest desert in the world?
Atacama Desert.
Ah, it is the
According
Atacama.
to Wikipedia,
Hey Google,
the Atacama Desert.
stop.
No.
So it is the Atacama Desert. Because I remember that from like 6th grade reading it in a book.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, but no, all that there, that used to be trees. Wait.
Yeah, a lot of it is grazing land.
Yeah,
Cities.
soybeans. Soybeans. Argentina grows a lot of soybeans, but that's Brazil I'm looking at. And Colombia parts. Anyways, yeah, it's gray, which means which I guess means 0 trees, but also
Look at parts of America.
we're pretty tree covered, I'd have to say.
I think, is it Pennsylvania is the most tree covered state?
No, it'd have to be Washington. Washington or Oregon. Hey Google, what's the most tree covered state? And my phone just went off.
Sorry, I don't understand.
No, shush! I don't want the rain. Forecast. Hey, play with cardboard over there, cat. Shh. This is.
Being back.
Hey Google, what's the most tree-covered state in the United States?
Alaska. USA
On the
has
website
most-
worldatlas.com, they say, although the largest national forests are in Alaska and Maine has the largest forest cover in the U.S.,
Oh.
California has the highest number of national forests.
Okay. So Maine has the most tree coverage. Alaska
Maine.
has the most trees. Yeah, didn't you listen?
Uh,
And then California has the most protected forests. But I mean, America's pretty green. It's actually one of the greenest countries on here. I'd like to thank Teddy Roosevelt for that. Thank you, Teddy. You've done an amazing job. Actually, it's really yellow, but it's got a lot less gray, which is good. So,
the cat was playing with nothing.
silly kitty. So thank you, Teddy Roosevelt. Thank you. I think that's why America's so green on this map, is because Teddy Roosevelt. Look how green the
I am
look how
actually
green the Midwest is.
surprised by northern Scandinavia, where Finland and Norway.
Were you hear that? Did we do that on the podcast, or did I just read that? I think it was on
You
the
probably
podcast.
read that.
Maybe I just read it. But they had like massive wildfire fires this winter. Because it got really dry, and was it this summer? It might have been last summer or something. I was reading it. Now I remember. I was reading it for a research paper, and they were having massive wildfires everywhere. Because this
Korea.
is like solid trees.
Okay, Korea is understandable actually,
Yes.
especially northern Korea. I'm surprised by South Korea though.
What? Well, I mean, they're very eco-friendly, unlike Japan. And then Australia's actually pretty green. I mean, considering most of it's a desert.
It's that part's a desert.
But you know what's really bad though? That's Malaysia. That used to be all rainforest. Now look at it.
Vietnam.
Oh, still forest.
They used to have more forest.
Yeah. I mean, well, look at Taiwan.
Look at Sri Lanka. Look at India.
Well, most of that was grazing land to begin with. Like India India has such a massive population.
Isn't that where Dominican Congo is? That's like the most forested country in Africa.
Yeah, and there's no trees.
Unless that accounts for already treed. And because like they can't place trees where there's already trees. That probably explains why South America is so low. It's because there's already trees there, and they can't just
No,
plant new
tree
trees.
coverage percentage 100%. So we can't place any more trees here because it's blue. There are 0% trees here. And
And
it's
I'm
here.
actually surprised by that.
Look how blue the United States is.
That's
This
what I
spots.
said.
UK has a blue spot.
What about France?
Actually, they have a tiny bit of blue. But look how blue the Midwest. Look how covered the Midwest is, though.
It's pretty covered.
Which is which is surprising. That's where we live, right there.
Yep.
Actually, no, wait, it's a little too far north. We live right there. Oh, well, there's no trees.
There's tree coverage.
Maybe
Just
we're
not-
right here, and that would be the sandhills. I bet that. Yep, I bet that's the sandhills. I bet this is where we live.
Look at
That'd be the
What is
Ozarks
that?
there.
It's not Puerto Rico. That's Dominican Republic.
This is
And Haiti.
Puerto Rico down here.
Look at Haiti.
That's Hades. Yep. And Dominican Republic. Look at Cuba.
Yeah, Cuba.
Look down here though. There's rainforest in Panama and stuff, and it's just gray.
I'm shocked actually by Indonesia.
Just
Indonesian
completely gray.
islands. See with the Philippines, I know the Philippines has way more tree coverage than that.
But see, that's what happens when the U.S. I mean, okay, I know a lot of people didn't like the U.S. being in the Philippines, but the Philippines, I feel like environments would be a lot better shape if the U.S. still had control of it. Despite the bad things the U.S. did, I feel like environmental policy is something the U.S.
Here, go off.
could have brought with it.
Look at
Northern China's where they have all wheat fields. Keep that
look
in
at
mind.
Russia.
Well, yeah, they have the
No, like, look how far up it is north, because
Yep.
it's near Siberia.
Yeah.
That's
That of course that's nothing. Did you know that this part completely like this whole part floods every spring because the rivers flow north?
look at the Ukraine.
Right here,
It's like right above this sea.
nothing.
It's in that area. Same with like that's where Romania
Oh,
is.
here's deserts, I guess. And
The Gobi Desert, I think, is in that area.
yep,
Like right here. It's
there's
down that.
deserts in here.
The Sahara, you can't grow anything. They don't really show the Nile River, which is one thing.
Well, I mean, it's not the greatest
Zoom.
resolution. There we go.
New Zealand's pretty good.
Have you ever been to New Zealand? They have deer farms
I
there.
want to go to New Zealand.
I want to go. I. It's too bad the New Zealand trip is like during Christmas, or it's like during just a part of the year I'd like to be in the United States, and so it's like because like you can go to New Zealand as like part of the not the foreign exchange, but I was like it's like a 3-week trip to New Zealand, and you go on tours of sheep farms and deer farms. It's a very ag focused thing.
I would like to go to Hobbiton.
Is that New Zealand?
Yeah, it's where they filmed the Lord
Oh,
of the Rings,
yep.
the Shire.
Yep. Yeah, and it's summer for them, so lucky them. And
Oh,
it'll
when it's
be
winter, when it's winter here.
now. Granted, it will be the coldest day. It will be coldest week of the year here. Well, it's unlike this year, where
This year was a mess.
February was the coldest week. What February was in a week, I know, but it was freaking cold. Yeah, Illinois, Wisconsin, Iowa. This is definitely our state right there. Interesting. Very interesting.
What's Madagascar like?
Pretty green. It's about 50%.
See.
But they have all the lemurs and stuff. They kind of have to preserve that. 'Cause it's like the only place in the world those guys.
I think it's one of the preserved, because lemurs only exist in Madagascar, from my knowledge.
Yeah. But look at that. Look how blue that is up in. But that's Colombia, isn't it? Yeah, that's Colombia.
Colombia and Bolivia, not. I want to say parts of. Ecuador. Colombia's right here. It's gonna be like Bolivia. That little part of area.
Yeah.
Bolivia, Colombia, and parts of Ecuador. I want to say.
Okay.
No, I don't know. It's hard to look at a map when you can't see
The country outlines?
The country outlines.
I really wish they'd put them on here, but.
Because
I
if
mean,
they did, I probably would have known what country.
they put the
it was.
country outlines on here, it'd be nice. And the state outlines.
Well, I don't know if they can do it with states to like an accurate level.
Yeah, you can. Just run white lines.
Okay.
But again, if it were just a more higher resolution map, I should really link this one. I'm going to do that right now. I'm gonna save this somewhere, like in my YouTube, in my sources that I have. I want you guys to look at this map. So again, it just brings up the further point that subs for trees actually validated now, and it's not like we're just doing it to get subs and popularity. It's like we really need to do it to save the earth, and we can get more people to tack on. So we really need those subscribers. We really need you guys to push for this. And all the people that say, "Why don't you just do it?" And I think I've said this before in the podcast. It's not about just. I can't just go plant 1,000 trees right now, okay?
He needs money.
And YouTube is a passion of mine, and if I can turn it into saving the planet, do my passion, and coincidentally make a living off of it, I've met all my goals in life. And that's like part of like my minor in college is become an entrepreneur, and this is my business. This is something I want to do. Okay, let's go to my sources here. This is what, podcast 14? Yes. Oh, good gosh, there's so many hyperlinks. It's causing the thing to lag. Podcast 14. Hopefully, future me will remember this. Probably not. He'll be like, oh, was I supposed to do something? Okay. So, I don't know. What are your thoughts? Do you think trees are the best way to go, or do you think we should plant trees and do something else? Or should we just try and bank on trees? Because trees are kind of cheap if you just do them from seeds.
I think if you reduce, like, carbon emissions, but still somehow supply the 7 billion people at a reasonable level to where they don't get upset by, like, you're taking all of our carbon emissions, we need that for fuel, we need that for generators, we need that for nuclear power.
Nuclear power doesn't emit carbon emissions. I mean, it does, but it's only because you have to transport the fuel rods.
Okay, anyway.
We can do that with electric semis.
But, just like, saying, like, people
And
like,
to refine uranium.
I don't know, trees like the best way to go, but like you need to let people know, like loggers in all these countries, like this is now preserved land by the creed of the
UN.
of the UN and of the planet Earth, that by crossing this line you have broken international law.
The problem with
So-
that is the UN doesn't have any. Only
The UN
has,
doesn't have power.
They have superficial power. It's not real power. Superficial.
No,
It's
'cause-
just they appear to have power.
For all you history people, during the Rwandan genocide, the UN couldn't really do anything. They didn't have a.
Speaking of,
They have more of a military police than an actual military,
oh great.
and they can't. The UN can't fight a war because they don't have.
I mean, technically they did. When you think Vietnam, there towards the end was mostly UN soldiers. They were
running out.
I think they were actually. I hate
yeah.
everybody says that about Vietnam.
No, yeah, the UN just they don't have as much power as we think they do.
Yeah. You said about Vietnam how we kept losing men. It's not true though. It was one of the lowest casualty conflicts we've ever been in. And the only reason why people were upset is because we weren't making any ground. But it's hard to make ground when they know. They know
the country.
They know the country, and they legit sleep underneath you. Because they have tunnels everywhere. I saw a diagram in my history books of just the tunnels.
It looked like Swiss cheese.
Dang, these things were freaking elaborate.
Now, I was actually surprised we were able to make so much, like...
Headway as we did early on.
No, I'm talking about, like, headway during, like, World War II. When we were fighting... We fought two fronts in World War II. The Pacific Wars and then the European War. The war in Europe, the war over the Pacific. In Japan, they cut, like, mountain ways, passages all over these islands. And somehow we were able to get through all of that.
But the thing is, though, you could just keep dumping Marines on a small island and eventually you're going to get them. In a country, it's kind of hard to do that. And also, it's been theorized that there are still Japanese outposts. There are Japanese still in there, or there were still in there in the 60s.
There was a story like a soldier stepped out of his hole, and he still had all the uniform, gear, the old time guns. Like, what happened? They're like, the war's over.
Dude, and Japan's like top of, and this is probably like close to the 80s. Like, yeah, Japan's now on top of the economic food chain.
Well, they probably had contingency orders that stated stay down there.
Yeah.
Or like some type of contingency order that.
How'd they have so much food, though? That's wild. Anyways, that's enough about trees. Subscribe to Save the Planet. Now it's real. Now it's verified. Next thing. Okay, so last time I missed comments. And so Ryan F. now has renamed himself Dr. Sheep #1 fan. Quote, early Disney, end quote, is more like Even Stevens, Lizzie McGuire, Boy Meets World, not Wizards of Waverly Place. Maybe for him it was early. How do you feel?
I loved early Disney.
Well, okay, what's your version of early Disney?
I want to say like Wizards of Waverly Place, Good Luck Charlie, early Jessie. Kind of dragged on as like over the years.
It just got. I think it got too extravagant.
It did because Peyton List, the person who plays Emma, is 21 years old now, or 22-ish. She still played a 17, 16-year-old girl. So it dragged on. They were originally, I think, playing close to their age, but over the years it just dragged on so much. So early Jessie was good. Good Luck Charlie. The early animated Disney shows, when they came out with Disney X,
Like,
I lost all train of thought. Disney XD, Gravity Falls, that was like,
okay,
that
Gravity
was
Falls.
really good.
Did you ever watch Kick Butowski?
I don't think so.
The Suburban Dale. I liked it. I watched a
Yeah.
guy go over and he's like, yeah, you know what, wasn't half bad.
Some shows were better than others.
When they started coming out with like Wander Over Yonder, or Yonder Over Wander,
Wander Over Yonder.
I don't like that show. Do you?
I have not seen it.
It's irritating.
I have a friend who liked it. Steven Universe, still like that show.
That's Cartoon Network.
Really good. Yes,
Yes.
it is. It's Cartoon Network. I don't know. I was more of a Cartoon Network and Teen Nick person. More of a Nickelodeon
I kind of admit,
fan.
like now that Amazing World of Gumball and regular show turned to memes, I was just like, dang, I wish I would have finished the
Total
kept
Drama
watching those.
Island.
It never
was
turned into a meme on
the
Instagram.
show.
I liked the first season, and then they got Owen to win, which was my favorite throughout the entire time. I was like, come on, Owen, you gotta win, and you won. And I was like,
Total-
yes.
I started getting bored of the show after the Amazing Race crossover season.
Which one was that?
That was the one when they went all over the world.
Oh, that was the second season, right?
No, it was the season after Total Drama.
Right, because the second one was they were in Hollywood, right?
Yeah.
And then the third one was on the plane, and then the fourth one is where they went back to the island, which and everything was super mutated, right?
Yes, something like that. And then they got a new island.
I stopped watching after the fourth season.
Mm-hmm. I still watched it, but it wasn't as good.
Apparently, those guys had like contracts, like you could not reveal who won,
Oh.
just like an actual like survival show. So,
Um,
what? It's crazy.
The show Camp Lazlo's Chowder. Those are good shows. I don't know. Disney. Some shows were good. Some shows weren't as good.
Disney had some. Both channels.
I don't know. I was more of a Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon person. Those were SpongeBob. But now there's scientific research saying your brain is all messed up after you watch like a couple minutes of SpongeBob.
Beg to differ. I beg to differ.
It comes,
SpongeBob inspired me to recreate Bikini Bottom.
it comes in handy in almost any situation,
What?
any conversation. SpongeBob,
Oh, yeah.
because they thought of like any scenario.
Well, Patrick. Okay. Anyways, that was podcast 12. Now we're on to what is a black hole. Finally, the water bottle commented. I'm not even kidding when you said spaghettification. I was literally thinking about Alfredo sauce. That was spooky.
More of a chicken Alfredo person than spaghetti.
You was thinking just about Alfredo sauce.
That's good too. We have some in the refrigerator.
I'm not a fan of Alfredo sauce. I'm not a fan of a
Really?
spaghetti sauce either. I'm more of a pizza sauce kind of guy.
It's like almost the exact same thing.
You know, it doesn't taste the same though.
Yeah. Marinara compared to like tomato paste.
Okay, potato paste is just bleh.
That's what's on spaghetti and stuff. And
That's why I don't like it.
marinara is just marinated.
I
tomato
like
paste.
I like marinara sauce. It's a little funky, but I like it. Anyways, yeah, that was what are black holes. Because there's also another comment on there, but I got to that in the last podcast. Just the water bottle hadn't commented yet.
Spasmic.
Yep, I love the skit. It was very well edited.
Very original.
The
with,
black.
with almost any episode, you have a skit. Love this skit. Very well edited.
Everybody likes the skits. Nobody actually likes the freaking video.
Well, maybe you should just have a skit compilation.
I could do one. Leave a comment below if you want to see a skit compilation.
Or a try not to laugh challenge. That would be pretty cool.
Mm,
But I don't know if you can get copyright over.
I don't know what we do. Try not to laugh challenge. I've kind of seen all the funny things nowadays, and other than like people getting hit in the groin, it's like I'm desensitized. I'm
Phil
like,
Army.
yeah, but you can only watch so many drunk people get hit in the nuts, and it's just
The ones I sent today were pretty funny.
yeah. That last guy. Oh man, he got wrecked. Okay, and then it was the laws of thermodynamics, and I yelled at Spaz McGee. Anyways, the water bottle comment. Let's start a petition to abolish the zeroth law. Yes. Well, I mean, we can't abolish it, but I mean, yes. Because I was talking about how the zeroth law wasn't really a law. Actually, something that doesn't make any sense. The zeroth law has actually been a thing since like the 30s and 40s, but why it's never taught in high school baffles me.
I don't know, we didn't learn it.
Yeah, neither did I. And it
We
wasn't.
had a really good physics professor, never touched on it.
What do you mean, teacher?
Yeah.
And then it wasn't until college, and then Phil mentioned it to me, and then my physics professor mentioned it to us. I was just like, why didn't we do this before?
They set you up to fail.
Apparently. And that is Laws of Thermodynamics. X1, Dr. Sheep Podcast, episode 13. Finally have a comment down here from the water bottle. Timestamp 807. Quote, if you have long hair like a girl, end quote. And he said, I'm triggered. And then he said, Ryan F., you want no smoke, bud. I'm the OG Dr. Sheep fan. I mentioned how the Ryan F., which is now the number one, Dr. Sheep's number one fan, is trying to be the number one fan, but like the water bottle's like, dude, I've been here since the beginning. Does he even know about the first vlog?
Last day of school.
Yep. No, last week of school. Have you seen that one? You've seen it.
Yeah.
It's funny, isn't it? It's just
What
my
happened
poor.
to that kid?
He lives. I don't know what he does. I think he works on diesel trucks and just exists. Anyways, Extreme Hide and Seek, Part 1. Dr. Sheep, featuring Dr. Sheep. Now, these are all new comments. Spaz McGee, Will's laugh when you find Kyle, though. Should've left a timestamp, man.
What did Waterball say?
Waterball, Kyle must have taken notes from the King of Hide and Seek. Oh no. Osama bin Laden. Dude was a hide and seek legend.
I'm gonna leave now.
I forgot to tell you that's what he said. I told my roommate, the rooster, about this, and he was just like, "What?"
I had a home advantage because I live here.
Yeah.
I've actually been planning that spot for 2.5 months.
When you first came to the
I was
idea,
like, hey, we need to do hide and go seek. I actually timed myself running. Originally, we were going to do, it was raining, but originally we were going to have start at the barn and you run to the house and you have 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was raining, so we couldn't do that.
No, it wasn't.
I actually timed it was wet.
Oh, right, yeah.
I actually timed myself 2 minutes from the barn down into that cardboard box, covering myself in a blanket, shutting it, and blocking it with a tote.
And what was your time?
It was like 1:40-ish.
Oh wow, you freaking hauled.
Yeah. I was running because like, oh, this has to work.
Yeah.
I've been planning that spot for a long time.
Dan, I couldn't find you guys. Oh my
Mhm.
gosh.
I actually also tested the bathroom closet thing where I used to like fit in.
Mhm.
It's starting to get a lot more cramped.
Oh, because you're you're
I'm
getting.
growing. I can get in there. I don't know if I can close the door and open it.
Oh. That's the key to that spot. But now we know about that spot, so when we're doing this for a second
Well,
time.
it's too obvious because I've done it so many times
Yeah.
when you guys were here.
And Will, why did he pick the same hiding spot he always picked? I mean, at least it wasn't behind the couches, but like it's the same hiding spot.
Underneath the stairs actually would have been better. I don't know if you would have found him right away. Like if he laid down at the bottom of that stairs and we covered him with like a blanket.
I probably would have been like, "What's that blanket?" Oh well. Then maybe I would have gone in there. I was a good chance I might have missed him. I might have.
You
found
would have
first.
never found me. You were shaking the box.
I legit was 3 feet away.
No, you were right by. I saw your hand.
Oh my gosh, that's.
I was trying to keep myself from like laughing
I could have found you first.
because you were messing with the blanket. I was like, oh, no one's here.
That would have been embarrassing if I found you first. It was such a
I don't know.
better hiding spot than Will's. Anyways,
Well, Will was like, I don't know where to hide. Sees me going into this, like, oh, game over.
surprise video that I uploaded Monday. Am I going to Area 51? Now, I'm gonna comment on this video. You have no idea the freaking pain I went through to get this done. First, my microphone. First, I had to wait for the HVAC to turn off. Then my microphone goes kaputs. I finally heard back from them. I need to finish filing the warranty. They told me to send them the serial number and more pictures so they can determine if it's real. I sure hope it's real. I kind of want my money back. Or at least a new microphone. If it's not real, I wonder what happens. Because I can't return it. I mean, camera audio is great, but it'll work for now. Anyways, yeah, am I going to Area 51? Doing amazingly well, of course, because I jumped on the trend train. Choo choo. It was after I uploaded this video, I lost a subscriber, and then I gained one. So I was like, they leave because of the Area 51 one, and then I gained one because of the Area 51. I don't know. Spazzy McGee commented long haul. You have to watch the video to know what that means. Spazzy McGee then commented again. I don't know why you just didn't edit. Since when do you upload on Mondays? Since the universe didn't want me to upload that video. Because then I couldn't find a parking spot. Because I go to the dairy store to upload. Couldn't find a freaking parking spot.
In your usual spot.
Yeah. I had to park like 2 blocks away. It was ridiculous. And it's hot that day. Dr. Sheep, #1 fan, commented, Chuck Norris and The Rock are going, so of course the Bears will win. He then also commented, long haul. Of course I watched it all the way, being Dr. Sheep's #1 fan. Whoo, man, he is throwing shade everywhere. And then the Waterball commented, sad thing is, I bet a bunch of people are actually going to go down there for this, and laughing, crying emoji face, laughing, crying emoji face. Yeah, true. And then Straight Rat Gaming. Originally, I was going to have him on the podcast today, but a lot of stuff fell through with him. But shout out to Straight Rat Gaming. He was a YouTuber. Now he's on Twitch. So look him up on Twitch. I don't have his Twitch handle, but I can put it up on the screen. Hey, future me. Remember to ask for the Twitch handle so you can put it up on the screen. Okay? Good. Yeah. And then he says subs for trees, and honestly this video, this whole Area 51 shiz load of barnacles, 10 out of 10 won't go. And neither am I. Are you gonna go?
No.
I had class that morning. I can't go.
So do I.
I didn't have class that day. I'd probably figure out a way to go down there.
Go to Nevada.
If it wasn't like during the school year, I definitely would figure out a way to get down
See,
there.
I'll probably go, but like, I'll get sidetracked by Las Vegas.
We can't go to Las Vegas anyways. You can go to, like, slot machines and like diners. That's about it. You can't
That's all I
like
need.
actually go. We do not condone gambling to anyone.
I do.
What? Bad Kyle. No wonder you're leading the first Legion.
You know it.
Extreme Hide and Seek Feed Dr. Sheep Part 2. This is dragging out. We're at 36 minutes. There's still one more news source. Luckily,
Also known as my second win.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
they're in shade.
Waterball commented first, right at 2 p.m. Fight me, Dr. Sheep's #1 fan. I'm the true #1 fan. And then he's got the, ooh, what you gonna do emoji face, you know, like you got the hands thrown in the air. Dude, he is like, hey,
He's coming for you.
Dr. Sheep's #1 fan. He's on to you, man.
He's taking names.
He's ready to fight. Yeah, and Dr. Sheep's #1 fan hasn't commented yet, so hasn't even watched it yet. So, oof,
How many views?
15 views. Wow, 15 views.
You have
Jeez.
2 likes though.
Yeah, well, that's normal. I uploaded this yesterday. The phone is ringing. What are the odds? No. Oh, great. Anyways, on to the next one. What is Quantum Mechanics? Just uploaded it like a matter of like 4 hours ago. Alright? The water bottle commented, new videos every other Friday, italics. Thursday videos don't count, OFC. Yeah, they don't count. And then he has like the running emoji face, people running away. Yeah, they don't count. Hide and Seek Part 1 popped up in my recommended. Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me, but and am I going to Area 51? So I guess, yeah, if people watch enough of my videos, they'll start popping up in your recommendations. So watch more! Anyways, yeah, it only has 2 views, so go watch it. This will be like a week later. Go watch it. After the podcast, of course.
Maybe you should clickbait your videos.
Well, I'm working on it, alright?
What'd you do for Hide and Go Seek Part 1?
It was just you and I, and Will.
Do you need clickbait?
I'm working on it!
Have me, like, stuck between the banisters of our ceiling.
What? You won't believe where I found them.
He's hiding in the fridge.
Maybe I'll take a
Yeah, Will's
screenshot.
head in the freezer.
I'll take a screenshot of like the church or something, and I'll like circle the steeple. Like, you won't believe where I found them. Like, what?
You could go up there. You just have to take you a while.
You had 10 minutes, and you guys freaking went.
I could have got to the top of the silo if I wanted to.
It's not out yet, so we can't steeple.
No.
Anyways, enough of that. Alright, so, next one is, 50 years ago, lambs survived, but didn't thrive inside artificial wombs. Yes, I heard about this a few years ago already now, and now here it is again, but now, these pictures are disturbing. I don't like them.
It looks like processed chicken, where it's like
No.
vacuum sealed.
Poor little
That's
sheep.
what it looks like.
Poor little sheep.
Can you like put hyperlink that?
No! I don't like looking at the poor little sheep in bags. Anyways, no, but it says here, those lambs developed normally during the 4-week experiment that was that was far better than the average 40 hours the lambs in the 1960s survived before succumbing to infection. The scientists hope to make such technology ready for humans within a few years. We're talking 2021, 2022. Probably 2023, actually. But oh my gosh. So let me outline this here. So the idea is we make these bags filled with nutrient solution. And then we also hook up osmosis machines to the lamb's umbilical cord, and then we give them, we recycle their blood just like the mother would do. We take out the urine. Actually, no, don't they urinate inside the mother, or do they?
I don't know.
I don't remember how that works. Anyways, I don't know. Me, how did I do my taxes? Public school, shut up and square dance. We never learned to square dance. We actually did learn how to do our taxes.
Really?
Yeah.
I learned how to square dance at my middle school.
We didn't learn square dancing. We did learn like line dancing and stuff. Actually, no, we didn't. I know the younger kids do now.
They didn't teach you Cotton Eye Joe?
Nope. They didn't teach us any dancing.
It's a
Actually.
shame. Because you go to like a country school.
Yeah. Now they teach
It's like a
them.
heritage school right there.
Now they teach them. They didn't teach them when I was young. Well, no, but we were rascals though.
Back in my day.
Our gym teacher did not like us. Anyways, we didn't like him. We didn't like the student teacher either. He was sexist towards the guys. I think he was a bit of a creep with all the girls. And we were in 8th grade.
That's where it started.
Disgusting. Anyways. Yeah, so I love how it's like update. And
41, 40.
yeah,
50.
so I love this. Look at this. So update. This is originally in the Science News on July 5th, 1969. What? You're updating an article from 1969.
You know it.
I guess this is the same outlet then. Wow, you guys have been around for a while. Thank you, Science News. Somebody reach out to them. Tell them that I love their website, and I use it all the time. Even though, apparently, my security system on my computer's just like, this is not a safe site. I'm like, what? It's the first time you've ever told me this. Jeez. Don't drop your phone there. So what do you think about this? Is this something we should be developing, and how much further should we go with this?
I don't know.
Do you think we should eventually develop ways so that we can legit make sperm and egg meat, and then
Like forcibly
Then they
lay
just-
an egg.
well, no, like, okay, so someone like, I want a baby, but I can't carry a baby, or like for like gay couples, lesbian couples, and so,
They already do that.
but yeah, but I'm not saying put it in like another woman. I'm saying we just leave it in a test tube the entire time, or a
Oh,
test
so a
bag.
test tube baby, basically.
Yeah, but we leave it in a bag the entire time.
I feel like there's more complications with that.
And I heard about these lambs though. They have to kill them after the 4 weeks before they can be born. They can't have them be born because of ethics,
Oh. I see.
which is I think is dumb. These are sheep. They're not humans. And if they're humans, you couldn't do it anyways. But like, still though, these are sheep. Let them be born. Let the
I
scientists get the
feel-
data they need, and then we can have little baby test bag sheep running around. I want one.
I just
I'm
feel
gonna cry.
like people will just overreact. It's like, this will be the end of everything. Yeah.
End of everything. What do you mean end of? Yeah,
You
sure,
just
we're
have
kind
those
of playing
people who
God,
just-
whatever, but still.
Playing God. Is it considered playing God when you're helping God?
Well, see, we
'Cause
talked
you're
about
helping
this.
a kid.
We talked about this
be
last
born.
time when you and I were on the podcast. We discussed how Catholics have a different view than most other religions on what is playing God. When we actually endorse vaccines and man-made creations because those are gifts from God.
Mm-hmm.
Our intelligence is a gift
We're
from
more
God.
of like it's more about the orthodox
Religions
religions.
and Baptists.
Baptists. With
Where-
that one Baptist church in Alabama, or
The Southern Baptist Church of Alabama, I'm pretty sure.
or like the southern. It's like the southern state, west.
Isn't that the one that was like persecuting people?
I don't know. It's like West something Baptist church.
West. West. I don't know why.
I don't know.
What I don't remember. What's the meaning behind that one?
It's just there's a lot of
The KKK members. What was it?
something like that. I don't know.
Fantastic. No, not fantastic. That was sarcasm. You didn't pick that up.
America. We don't discriminate your religion.
You can't. It's against the law. Anyways, I don't know. I think this is a great step forward in the right direction. I think we should try and get it to be as early as possible.
See, my problem with it is the fact that it has to be public.
What?
It's like you guys could have done the research without making this public, and then face
Well,
the backlash later.
But the problem with China did that. Like this guy in China, we talked about this on the podcast before. This guy in China
Nobody hears about him now.
went and genetically engineered babies. Now, granted, he picked a crappy gene to do that because there's no way of knowing if you actually changed anything or not. Like, what kind of scientist are you? But he went ahead and did it.
Was it successful or?
There's no way to know because there's no way to know if he actually changed the gene.
Did they destroy it?
No, because the babies are alive.
Oh.
But the gene he selected doesn't get expressed, and even after you change it, there's no way to know if you actually changed it.
Until later on in your life?
No, there's no way to know
Oh.
because of the gene he picked. And I'm like, why would he pick that gene? Did he not know it was going in? Why didn't you do eye color or something, or hair color,
Yeah.
or skin tone maybe? Something, or maybe not skin tone, but definitely eye or hair color. You could definitely go and modify that.
Or like size of eyebrow, or like.
I think that's a little more. That's a few too many genes. But there's definitely other genes he could have picked that I think would have been better to show that you actually did this. Again, though, it was completely illegal and shouldn't be condoned. But it's that kind of research that is going to take us into the next future of human evolution.
I feel like you shouldn't mess with the genes. Because you could, like,
Area
be a.
51's really going to screw with the genes.
Because you're, like. You could be, like, erasing some gene. Like, let's say there's stories where, like, some child has the chance of contracting AIDS and HIV when they're born, or they're born with it, and you got rid of that gene. Who's to say you gave?
I don't think
somehow
that's.
gave
But
it?
I understand where you're going from. I don't think there's a gene for AIDS, but I definitely see where you're going. How can you justify giving somebody
No, like
the
if the
ability?
parent has HIV when the child is born, the child has a possibility of.
They already
like,
have it
They already have it. Who's to say if you take it out?
somehow, or like say like
You
the parent
gave that-
has a disease and it's going to give it to the child, but you remove that ability for the child to even get that disease.
Who's
What
to say you gave the child something worse, or they're
or what's to
susceptible?
justify that? Why'd you do it for this child but not mine?
Yeah,
You know.
that's like the
Oh,
things like,
okay. We saved this one kid from having cystic fibrosis. My child or somebody else's child's gonna have cystic fibrosis. Why did you do it for them too?
yeah, it's more those like people who. I don't know. I want to say self-entitlement. Who feel like they have self-entitlement.
It's not
but,
self-entitlement.
Like, they're jealous.
They're not. They're
Well,
just. They just. It is that, and I also think it's just like, well, if somebody gets one thing, I think everybody should get it. It's based off. I think it's more of the. It's the modern outlook on communism. How I look at it. It's socialism, but not socialism. It is definitely entitlement, as you
The
say.
needs of the group outweigh the needs of the few. The needs of the few outweigh the needs of the group. Or
They see as the needs of their own outweigh that of, say, vast society. So they're going to say, no, you can't do that research because my child won't ever get the help that he deserves.
and they won't get the chance. Or like,
So I'm not going to help in this, and I'm going to complain until something is done about it.
or somehow you're able to elongate a child's life. Who's to say, like, someone be like, my child never made it past this age, and your child is making it 4 times past.
Maybe you should
his or her-
vaccinate them.
Well, it could be like the child has like
That's
a,
a joke.
it's
A
like
heart condition. Yeah.
heart condition. They can't make it past, let's say, the first year,
Mhm.
and somehow you elongate a child's life
Yep.
to make it past the first triple digit of their age. Like they make it past 100.
Yeah, so they went from not being living past the age of 1, now they're going to be the oldest person in the world because now their heart's amazing, or like they just have better health.
And then you have
in general.
another family whose child never made it to 1 month, and then they're
Yeah.
like,
Why didn't I? Why weren't you?
"Why didn't you give us this opportunity?"
I think people need to understand luck, timing,
Mhm.
and not everything is about you. But trust me, in the future, though, it will be about everybody.
Yeah.
Because
Hey.
now we have the technology to be able to do this.
Yeah. Well, isn't it? Their child will live longer if both parents were healthy when the child was conceived.
Mhm.
There's a higher possibility the child will be a lot more healthy. And
Yeah.
better suitable genes, in a sense, almost.
I don't know. And it's just kind of experiments. Like, did you ever hear about the Russian experiment where they grafted, I think it was a dog's head onto another dog's body? It was a cat.
What?
Yeah. The
Russia-
Russians made a
They
two-head.
do all sorts of.
The Soviets back in the day did this.
I'm
Interesting
not
experiment.
surprised.
They didn't live very long, but they did.
Hmm.
We are approaching the record. Actually, I think we're going to
51?
exceed the record. There was something I wanted to say.
How was your day?
No. Oh, yeah. I'm doing the experiment right now of how long can I stay awake, or see if I can make it 3 days. And I'm already tired, and it's still this day 1.
Get some caffeine in you.
Well, I don't know why I'm tired. I guess I stayed up to 1 o'clock in the morning 2 nights in a row.
That's Apollo's brother.
Oh, okay. I was about to wonder how did
Yeah.
how did the dog get down here?
My dog's not smart enough to go down
I know.
a thing of stairs.
Hello.
This dog is.
Hello. Okay. Anyways, I think that's everything. It's a great way to wrap it up. Okay, you have any thoughts? Final thoughts? Hello.
This dog's name is Wilson.
Alright. Subscribe to Save the Trees. I'd like to thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, and share. New podcast every other Friday, 2 p.m. Central Time, and